A few minutes later.
I made an absolutely terrible video that I don't want to talk about, so we're just gonna do our skincare instead. Hello friends, my name is Katie, and today's video was supposed to be a little bit different. It was supposed to be an admin day where I talked about all the stuff I was getting done so I could be relaxed over the weekend, and it was just kind of terrible. I hated it, and I could have probably salvaged it, but it would have taken a lot more time than I was willing to give to the project because this is vedif, and honestly, it wasn't worth my time. It would have taken far too long to edit into a reasonable video for you to consume, for me to be proud of, because despite the fact that this is vedif and I am trying to get a little bit better about getting rid of my perfectionism or letting go of my perfectionism, it still wasn't something I was going to be proud of. So instead, we're filming this. So we're just going to do our skincare, have a little chat, do whatever you need to do, and yeah, we're going to have some good little chats. So I use all ordinary products. I've mentioned that in several videos. I mentioned it in a vlog. I think I showed my skincare at some point in one of my other vlogs. I mentioned it in my get ready video. Honestly, it has saved my skin. Legitimately. Some of the best products I think I've ever used in my life are the ordinary products, and they're so easy to put on, so easy to like just let sink into the skin. They feel so nice, and they are affordable. Promise this is not a sponsored ad, although The Ordinary, if you're somehow watching, hit a girl up, look at that glow from your hyaluronic acid. So yeah, I've been using their products since September, I think, and I really have noticed a difference in my skin. Even looking back at some of my old videos, it's a lot different and a lot better, I think. My texture's better, my acne's better. It's great. Big fan of their products. But let's talk about this weekend. I worked all day Friday so that I would be able to have the weekend off. I did end up writing Friday and Saturday, but I woke up today and had like kind of like this weird half migraine. I sometimes get them. My hormones have been a little bit fucked up recently, and they've kind of been throwing my migraines out of whack and my body out of whack. So, I just didn't feel good the whole day. I just wanted to read, and I ended up reading for several hours. I'm like halfway through The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, which is one of my TBR books that I had to read this month. Not had to, but it's what I picked for Books and Lala's Buzzword Challenge, because brass is a color. I mean, it's metal, but it's also a color. And it's really good. Although, I will say that Ollie, one of the main characters, and Dara's voice, like, they feel like the same character. Which I'm not opposed to. But, Dara is like a centuries old djinn, or deva. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Don't call him a djinn. We learned that the hard way. He gets very angry when you call him a djinn. He's a centuries old one, and Ali is 18. So, I feel like they should sound different, but I really like both of their characters. I think their characters are nice. I think it's fun. I love Dara, I love Ali, so I'm not complaining, but it is something I noticed. I do find Ali's plotline a little bit more compelling, a little bit more fun to read, simply because we're in the City of Brass. What is it? Davenbad? I am so bad at pronouncing all of these names, because it's a high fantasy. So now I know how people feel when they can't pronounce the names in my high fantasy. But yeah, it's been an enjoyable experience. I've been really enjoying reading it, and I've been really liking the characters in it. I think it's really well done, so I've been enjoying it. I'll let you know in my wrap up in March how it's going. I watched Bright last night with my family. It was an okay film. It could have been executed a lot better. Not gonna lie. Could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot worse. Could have absolutely been worse. The first half was much better than the back half. The back half, the world building fell apart. But, wasn't the most terrible movie I've ever watched. Yeah, so I've just been kind of trying to refill the creative well. I have almost hit 50,000 words on The WRAITH King. I got a funny comment the other day on my beta reader video, which if you have not watched and you'd like to beta read for me, that'll be linked up in the cards somewhere. You can go learn more about the project. Self-plug that said that they had thought for the longest time that it was the Rat King and not the Wrath King, which I found so funny because this is not the first time I've heard this. I was in a creative writing class in college, like my first like full creative writing class, with one of my favorite professors of all time. Almost spilled my caffeine solution. That'd have been bad. And people kept thinking it was the WRAITH King because Wraith and Wrath are very similar looking, I guess. And then when I would talk about it, people thought it was the Rat King instead of the Wrath King because I have terrible diction. I've noticed this on some of my videos when I'm editing and I've started to become aware of it when I'm speaking to the camera, especially because I will say something and I'll be like, that was not coherent in the slightest, and then I have to re-say it, and it's funny watching that. If I had more space and more patience, I would compile a video of just me saying things without any strong diction. I don't know why I don't have strong diction. I think it's because I don't talk very often, which sounds bad and weird. Whoop. Just sometimes be like that. Your girl is an introvert. But yeah, I have just kind of lost a lot of motivation to do anything besides read, because reading is easy and it means I can lay down and let others tell a story as opposed to me telling a story. But I do need to write a shit ton tomorrow, which is fine, which is good. I really want to write more tomorrow. And I think I'm going to do a writing vlog tomorrow. I'm going to start a new writing vlog tomorrow because it's coming down to the wire. I only have a month left to finish this draft, which I think is going to be manageable. I think I'd be a lot closer if I wasn't doing vedif. Which, in hindsight, should I have done vedif the month before I had a book due to send to betas? Probably not. Did I do it anyway? Yeah. Does that mean the 2 weeks in March are going to be absolutely insane and all I'm going to do is write for 2 weeks straight? I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Not gonna lie. We're gonna have a good time. I repainted my nails, in case you're wondering. I repaint my nails twice a week. They're a little lighter colored, and I'm wearing Hollow Taco's unicorn skin in Cosmic Unicorn, I think. But I'm the kind of person who really needs their fingernails painted. Like yesterday, Saturday, it was like flaking off. It was like peeling off because I had been wearing it for a while, and I do a lot of shit with my hands. I felt weirdly naked without my hair. I felt weirdly naked without my nails done, which I know is a me problem. I don't even know if it's a problem though, because I really like doing my nails. I think it's soothing, I think it's fun. And with the glossy taco from Hollow Taco, dries super fast, so I don't even have to wait a billion years for them to be fine. I realized I forgot one of my moisturizers. I'll grab that in a second, because we're nearly done. See, that's the other thing. This routine is really easy. It's just honestly about waiting for the products to soak into your skin so you don't have this weird like pilling effect, I find. That sometimes like my skin, like the products will pill and like get like weirdly flaky. Like it's still sunken into my skin. It just like it feels weird, and then I put a moisturizer on top and then it's gone as like a moisture barrier. Let me tell you, I love retinol. Retinol, if you put nothing else on your face, I highly recommend retinol. I'd actually seen a bunch of TikToks about how retinol is good for your skin, and I started putting retinol on and my skin drastically improved. I also decided to quit Coca-Cola. I almost said Coke there, and then I was like, that makes me sound like a drug addict. Although I was absolutely addicted to Coca-Cola. I'm convinced they still put cocaine in it. Can I say that on the internet? I don't know. So I gave up Coca-Cola, which is really hard. Short story here while I put on my last product. When I was in Spain, I went to Spain for a study abroad. I went on the Camino de Santiago. Had the tattoo and all that I got in Santiago. Buen Camino, which I feel like I should talk about at some point, like in a video. But anyway, it was really difficult. The Camino de Santiago is no joke. It's really hard. Super, super, super fucking hard. But I decided stupidly that I wanted to give up Coke while I was in Spain, because I'd been trying to give up Coke, and I was like, hey, this might be a good time to give up Coke. It's bad for me. You know, I should only be drinking water and like, you know, the occasional liquor and alcohol. Turns out, I think I would have become an alcoholic had I fully given up Coke, because that's how difficult it was. And Spain has an environment that is very alcohol friendly, I want to say. America is really weird about alcohol, and we have a weird culture and a weird taboo surrounding alcohol that the Spaniards just don't have. I mean, I'll be honest, everywhere in Europe I went, they don't have that. France, nope. Italy, definitely not. I mean, alcohol is just a part of their culture. It's part of their days. If you don't drink, it's a little bit strange. So we were all drinking. It was much more accessible. It was much easier. The culture was a lot different, and we took advantage of that. I don't think I was addicted to wine, but it became apparent to me that if I continued down this path, I might. So I decided, you know what? We're not going to make this any more difficult. I'm just going to drink Coke when I want to. And I was fine. Still drank alcohol, was still fine. But, you know, it just so happens that I tried to quit Coke. But now that I'm home and I'm not drinking at all, simply because I don't want to, because I think I'm definitely a social drinker. Let me just get my last product and then I will finish my statement. This is the only product I use that is not ordinary relating to my skin. Actually, that's a lie. I have another daytime moisturizer that has SPF that is not from The Ordinary, but I do use this Cetaphil one. I'm a social drinker. I only like to drink with other people and hanging out with other people. No one else in my family does, so I don't feel any need to spend money on it for myself. Just to be alone in my room drinking, which nothing wrong with that. I've certainly done it. You know, having a glass of wine with your pals just hits different than having a glass of wine in your room, you know? Yes, so despite being an introvert, I'm a social drinker. So now I'm basically just drinking water and coffee. Oh, lots of coffee. And tea, but tea's basically water. I mean, so's coffee. Coffee's like bean water. Anyway, my skincare's done. Here's my skin. It will sink in and be less oily later on, but I'm a dry bitch. I have really dry skin, so I need all of the oil I can get on my skin. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little chatty skincare video. It's just a little bit different. It's just me chatting for a little bit, which is kind of what I wanted to have as the point of some of my vedif videos. It's just, you know, getting to know me a little bit, just hanging out, low stress, low pressure. So hope you enjoyed. Happy vedif, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.